New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams. NYC.
What's going on? This is JLS from Knick Of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about another Knicks win. The Knicks beat the Pacers 138 to 129. Massive games for our big three. No, not Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, or none of those guys. I'm talking about Obi Toppin. I'm talking about Emmanuel Quickly. I'm talking about Quentin Grimes, our big three coming off the bench and started and smacked the Pacers today. Obi Toppin, crazy, 32 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And did you see the step back? The step back crossover 3 from Obi Toppin. Come on now. Mitchell Robinson was a beast. 14 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 block shots. Almost woke up and had a triple-double. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson. Quentin Grimes, career high 36 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. Emmanuel Quickly, 39 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. This team was clicking. 34 assists from our team altogether. And the Knicks won despite not getting much from our bench. Our bench got outscored 58 to 11. And we still ended up winning the game. So shout out to these Knicks. And we won the game, man. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, but it's just a lot of good. So shout out to these Knicks, and also shout out to Fubo TV. If you want to watch the Knicks for free for 7 days, all you got to do is go to FuboTV.com/KOT. That's FuboTV.com/KOT to watch the Knicks for free for 7 days. All right, now let's get to it. First and foremost, let me introduce you to my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. On our way to 49 wins, the 49 burger. We rounded up his 50 burger. Let's go.
49 burgers in effect. Let's go. And of course, you know the Latin assassin, ESPN contributor, posting and toasting contributor, Deadspin contributor, my man Lee Escobedo, nasty Lee Escobedo.
Went to the barber today, got a fresh, Berlin cut again.
Oh, yeah.
On me, you know what I mean? I know the haircut, you got to lob some tomatoes and bombs at me. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm feeling good. The barbecue grill outside is flared up. A 49 burger.
49 burger.
It's a 50 burger. So it looks like I was on track for that one. Another hot take in the butts for the Latin assassin. And I'm ready to talk some Knicks, baby. The vibes are
immaculate. Be feeling good. Yo, listen, man. Yo, I'm going to tell y'all something. The Knicks have wrapped up the 5th seed. Shout out to the Nets. Not really, sorry. They lost to the Timberwolves, so shout out to the Timberwolves, actually, because y'all did y'all thing. And now the Knicks are squarely in 5th place. These games are just exhibition games. They're just kind of tune-up games. They're just trying to see what these guys have, and they did just that. But one thing I know by watching this game is Tom Thibodeau is incapable of losing, or even trying to lose, or even trying to, you know what? Let me give Sims some more minutes. He's not about that. He's like, wait, we losing the lead? Sims, you're not playing the first half. Obi Toppin, you played 39 minutes. We winning this game regardless. But it's interesting because, listen, our guys stepped up and there was contributions from everywhere. And I'm going to start with Mr. Career High himself, Quentin Grimes, who I feel like ever since he came back from the All-Star game, he kind of got a little swag about him, right? It's like, ooh, I put my team on the back in the All-Star game. I was the best of the best, and I feel like he carried that confidence from the All-Star game into the Knicks, and he's been great ever since, averaging, his 5th game? Scoring 20 points. Actually, 3 players scored 30 points. I'm not sure when the last time that happened, but Grimes has been immaculate, shooting, the head fake and go, the passing, and the defense, because the defense is really what put this game away. Grimes was doing pretty good, kind of digging. Got 3 steals on the night, and he's just grown into another player, that the one that we've envisioned, the guy who could hit threes, play defense, and now start to even dime people up. It's just like that dime he gave to Obi Toppin. So shout out to Quentin Grimes, who played in a great game today. Ryan G, what you got to say about the Quentin Grimes game today?
I mean, like I've been saying, Grimes is peaking at the right moment. With the playoffs coming around the corner, Knicks are going to need Grimes to play like that. Because the man is firing on all cylinders right now. Like, his 3-point shot is back. The defense, the defense is going to Grimes. Play, creating, shots for other players as well, driving to the basket, chasing at the rim. I mean, Grimes pretty much had a all-around game tonight, and if Grimes could play like this, alongside Brunson and Randle in the playoffs, like I've been saying, the Knicks are going to be a really tough out for any team that they face. I mean, I'm just glad to see how this guy has blown this season, especially towards the playoffs, and it's going to be a major contribution for the Knicks if he can continue to play like this.
1979. That's the last time 3 Knicks scored 30 points in the same game.
Thank you, Lee.
44 years ago, we have been a franchise that, while we've been competitive and in the finals, have lacked offensive firepower and an equality of talent offensively to even have 3 guys capable of doing it. And what's interesting is those 3 guys are our 4th, 5th, and 6th best players. It wasn't even Brunson, Randle, and RJ. It was IQ, Obi, and Grimes.
Crazy.
So, the depth drafting by my man Walt Perrin, Scott Perry, and Leon Rose. Again, not calling another grown man a Don, but I have to give credit where credit is due. This front office has balled out by actually establishing a line of importance through the NBA draft and getting guys in the late first to middle and into the first round, as well into the second, to build this team and core through the NBA draft, which has really been the antithesis of New York Knicks basketball for the last 30 years, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Who would have thought our new big 3 would be the one to kind of break that record set 40 plus years ago? Shout out to these New York Knicks, man. I also want to talk about Obadiah. Obadiah is the story that makes me happy and weep at the same time, because we keep saying that every time this man gets minutes, he shows out. He can definitely average 20 plus points if given regular minutes, and today he did just that. The 3-point shooting from him was kind of crazy. The 4-point play from him was crazy. The way he ran the floor was great. The passing, the swing passing, the passing instincts, 6 assists from Obadiah Toppin. Mr. Duncan is like himself, did his thing, man. And I love when it's going to hurt when he leaves, man. It's going to hurt when he leaves, or if he leaves, because, I love Obi so much, and the joy he plays with. His game is so infectious, and I know this is one of those things where, listen, the front office did a good job gathering a bunch of talent. I know some talent is going to have to come out the door, and that's just part of the game. But, man, we got to enjoy Obi while he's here, because that man is a monster.
The price is going up. This summer, I think it feels likely that if any piece is moved, packaged for another player that helps our starting 5, I think it's going to be Obadiah Toppin. I love the kid, but Leon Rose is to stay firm on that asking price and make sure that no fleecing takes place, and he's not included for a draft pick or 2 draft picks or an emerging young player. Nah, it needs to be a star, trade, or bust if we're going to get rid of this kid, because the moment he goes into a court like a Charlotte or an Orlando or a Toronto, he's averaging 20 and 5.
Right.
He's going to hit a 40, 41% from 3. He's a very skilled, efficient player. and his leak outs are some of the best in the NBA, and his ability to be a one-man transition. So I hope we find a way to keep him and also let him grow. Maybe it means he worked on his handle in the offseason, and that next year he shows us what he can do as a three. If you can start the three and be that big wing that we've been asking for 1 to 2 seasons, that would be best case scenario. But he's too good to be on a bench, which I feel the same way by Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, first and foremost, can people hear me? Because people before in the chat were saying that they couldn't hear me the last time. So I just want to know.
I can hear you better now, Ryan. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, Obi Toppin. Yeah, he had a great performance tonight. 32 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Like, the only issue I have with Obi Toppin is that I want to see him get his rebounding numbers up, especially playing the 4. But Obi Toppin's game, like, it was great. And I think with him, IQ, Grimes, all these players stepping up and showing that he's showing the skills that they have. That, I guess you can say like the potential that they have. This is basically showing the league the talent that the Knicks have. Like, Knicks have one of the best young cores in the whole NBA. When you take into account Grimes, Quickly, and Toppin's maturity as of late. And I agree with Lee, because I think we have to be realistic about it. The Knicks are not going to be able to re-sign every young player. There's going to be a lot of these players coming up for extensions, and with the contracts currently on the Knicks roster, it's going to be hard to really re-sign all these players. So if you are going to get rid of 1 or 2 of these players, it has to be for a star player in return, because these players are showing that they are capable starters in the NBA. They're not just bench players. These guys can start. And I think that these games that they are playing and they are perform the way they're performing, this prepares them for the playoffs. Like, this gets them good to go so that if they're called on in the playoffs, they're going to perform really well. And like I said, I'm proud of what I'm seeing from the young guys. And like I said, if they can carry this into the playoffs, oh boy.
Listen,
I'm going to be feeling sorry for these teams that go up against the Knicks. I'm going to really be feeling sorry for them.
Yo, here's the thing. Julius Randle still has to come back from injury. Like I said before, Julius is supposed to be reevaluated. I think the day before the playoffs. Not saying he's going to be healed, but reevaluated. So these Obi minutes, I mean, right now they're exhibition games. Who knows? It might be more important than we think. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Randle is fully healthy and ready to go in the playoffs. But if game 1, game 2 comes along and Randle is not ready, which is a possibility because he sprained his ankle pretty bad, we might have to see we might have to see Obi Toppin out here hitting step back threes and flying down the court and trying to check on Evan Mobley. So it's good that he's getting all this time right now. Hopefully we don't necessarily have to use him like that in the playoffs, but I mean, if we do, I'm hoping he can kind of at least produce an 80% of what he's doing, because he's playing phenomenal today, and the confidence he's playing with right now is out of this world. So salute to Obi Toppin. 40%, 41% from 3, 61% from the field, 11 to 18 from the field, and I think he shot a perfect like 6 from 6 from 2. I believe. And the steal, yeah. Obi Toppin had a great game, man.
I want to push back a little bit on some of the commentary I've seen on Twitter and is going on currently in the chat about, let's either win a championship and get rid of Julius Randle, or Julius Randle's dad go this summer, or we should be starting Obi. I love Obi Toppin, but Obi Toppin's game is not conducive to late playoff run winning. Right now, he has no face-up game. He has difficulty storing off a dribble. When he's doubled, it's almost guaranteed a turnover. He's a piss-poor rebounder. He's a below-average defender. There's a lot that he needs to work on that Randle not only already has, but has at an elite level. Randle is one of the best rebounders in the NBA. He's one of the best passers at the forward position in the NBA. He's one of the best isolation scorers, points per possession in isolation in the NBA, and one of the best scorers in the NBA at all 3 levels. We should keep this in perspective that Randle is a player built to win now. Obi's a player who still has another level or two to grow to his game, because then you can actually build around him. Right now, he's a complementary piece. He's not a building block, like a foundation like Randle is. We're in the timeline right now where we should keep an all-NBA guy when we have him, an MVP candidate when we have him, instead of someone who's based all on potential in exhibition games at the end of the season. It doesn't mean he's a bad player, but to me, dumping Randle is the last thing we should be thinking about right now, just because of a game in late March against Indiana. They looked good on paper.
And once again, go ahead.
No, because I was definitely going to say something about it, but we said everything, because at this point, I'm just convinced that some Knicks fans just hate Julius Randle, and they just don't want to see him on the team, no matter how good he does for the Knicks. They just don't want to see him on the team. They just hate him that much. And I'm gonna add to what Lee said right now too, because you have to look at where the Knicks are right now. The Knicks are not a rebuilding team. They're a win now team with where they're currently at the moment. If you trade Julius Randle, that is not a win now move. That's a rebuilding move, because what are you going to get back in return for Julius Randle? You're going to get back players that are probably like average to good and draft picks. What sense does that make when you already have an all-star player on your team?
None.
Teams that are trying to win now, they're looking at Julius Randle. They're like, okay, that's one piece to the puzzle. Let's try to continue to build with what we have. Trading Julius Randle, that's a rebuilding move. The Knicks are not in a rebuilding state right now. So, I mean, come on and put things in perspective. We're facing the Pacers team that's not even playing all their starters right now. It's basically B team versus B team. Like, come on now, people.
Great.
I see whatever Ryan said. He said everything I was about to say, so I'll just keep it moving.
But I understand that sentiment. I am someone who has a severe distaste for Tom Thibodeau and has for a long time. But I'm not talking fire Tibbs when he's changing, evolving, and the team is winning. You have to see in the playoffs as well. Let's give Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau a chance to show us if that evolution can prolong from the regular season to the postseason. I think it can for both those guys.
Yeah. I'll double that situation, and I agree with everything. I have nothing else to say to that. Y'all just said it all. All right.
You agree? Me and Jay Ellis agree?
Yeah. Only thing is that I'm still not trying to fire Tom Thibodeau if
I understand.
But everything else I agree with. All right.
He's coaching his ass off.
Yeah, for real. He's done a lot. He's done a lot this season. Like, I don't know, man. Between developing Quentin Grimes, developing Emmanuel Quickly, developing Mitchell Robinson, getting us Isaiah Hartenstein has found his niche again. We are almost 49 wins into the season, 2-time playoff coach after we haven't, the only coach to do that in a Knicks uniform. He's done a lot. There's no more hate for Tibbs, and it shouldn't be any more hate for Tibbs in anyone's heart. Like, all that he doesn't develop people stuff, it has to be out the window right now. 100%. All the oh my gosh, Grimes is going to suffer because all that stuff is done. Yep. To put a fork in it, rotisserie, great. Super well done, Cajun style. Done. Yep. Done. All right. So salute to Tibbs, salute to this team, salute to Leon Rhodes. Everybody did a phenomenal job this season. Yeah. This is a successful season for real. All right. But salute to the chat too. Salute to L Marshall, MBIC, Stanley, Novak, everybody else is rocking with the show. If you like the show so far, hit the like and subscribe. Don't have the gunshots and sound effects because as you can probably hear, my computer's going through it. So I gotta figure some stuff out so I can get the show back to what it normally is supposed to be. Shout out to Fritz, who's been holding it down and be able to operate the show through Fritz, best mind in the game for a damn reason. All right, shout out to my guy Fritz. We still have Emmanuel Quickly. 40. He almost another 40-point game from this kid. He almost had a 40-10 double-double. A 40-10 double-double for the next sixth man of the year, plus 6 rebounds with the 2 steals. Looks poised. The game has certainly slowed down for him. Emmanuel Quickly, man, is a beast. 53% from the field, 53% from three. I don't understand. I have nothing to say. We're good, man. We have a great team, man.
We have a great team, and Emmanuel Quickly is better now and will be better in the future than RJ Barrett. And that doesn't mean that RJ Barrett sucks or dump RJ Barrett or trade RJ Barrett. It just means that Emmanuel Quickly was a gem that Walt Perrin found in that first round at the 25th pick. And you know who drafted him initially? Sam Presti with the OKC Thunder. Originally drafted him. The first hat that IQ put on was a Thunder hat. And when the trade happened with Leon Rose, that gave them, he ended up getting Potu, who's a bum for OKC, and we got Emmanuel Quickly. Talk about a fleece. For the first time in years, the Knicks are fleecing other teams in the draft. Let's go!
Let's go! Yeah,
wow.
Man. Yeesh. This is why we got these guys here. This is why we got those Utah guys here, those guys who can build with small market teams. Because so we can make moves like this. We came off an off season where everybody was expecting us to get Donovan Mitchell. Everybody was upset about it. And then you're looking down the line and you're seeing two picks who were picked 25 busting everybody else's ass. All right. Amazing job by this front office.
Hell yeah.
Amazing job. I can't even say enough. I said so much about Quickly. I have nothing else to say about it.
Executive of the year, Leon Rose, man. He's built a great, and what I love so much, he's built a great team for now and the future. 2013, y'all know, there's a bunch of like 38, 39, 40-year-old guys playing with Melo, man. Kurt Thomas, Marcus Camby, Rasheed Wallace, Kenyon Martin, Jason Kidd, Pablo Prigioni. Like those guys were built for a 1 to 2 year window. This team is built for a 5, 6, 7 year window, man.
Yes,
7 years, Randle will still be in his prime. Let's go.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying, like, the building blocks we have today, this is the best position the Knicks have been in. I can't even tell you when, like, ever. Maybe since the champion, not saying we were the champion, but to have the free agents and the building blocks and the picks, like, wow. When as a Knicks fan have we had all-stars plus budding young talent plus picks at the same time plus a winning season? We've never had all of those at the same time. So to witness this going into the playoffs is insane. If you're not optimistic about the Knicks this season, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. They've done a really, really, really good job, man. Wow. And Quickly could really start on any team he wants to. He really can. I hope the guy we keep this team together as long as we can.
I'm going to say one more thing. I'm going to shut up and let Ryan talk because he hasn't had a chance to say anything in a while. But one thing I want to say about Leon Rose, one of the reasons why I think he's so dedicated and has done such a masterful job in the front office is that he was the agent for 3 players that really set us back asset-wise and growth-wise for the last 20 years. Eddie Curry, Carmelo Anthony, Andre Bargnani. He was the agent for those 3 players. He was in the negotiation room, the war room, with James Dolan and the previous GMs and saw how this franchise operated, how Isaiah gave up picks and young players for Curry, how Dolan stepped in and gave up the entire war chest for Carmelo Anthony, to how he gave up a valuable pick, Camby, Novak, glue guys for Andre Bargnani, busted potential. So he knew what it took to do the opposite of all those other methods and has really put us on a path of accumulating assets, accumulating guys that can develop and grow people on this team, and a front office in place that is the opposite of dysfunction with guys like Brock Aller and Walt Perrin. Those are smart, retaining what's his name, GM, Scott Perry. These are smart moves that are based on his experiences with the Knicks organization for the last 20 years. Yeah,
I always say you're not going to fleece an agent who knows the price of players. And for the time, his whole time here, he's kind of been ridiculed of being that guy who's not who doesn't push all his chips on the table, who doesn't take a lot of risk. He's kind of very calculated. but it's paid off. It's paid off. Even in his missteps. His missteps have only cost us second round picks. It hasn't cost us, long term future type of assets. He wasn't forcing the corner. Was like, you know what? I'm so desperate to give it Evan Fournier. I'm gonna give a first round pick. No, he did it right. If anybody can debate anything, maybe it's the Donovan Mitchell thing. But I'm still not mad about the Donovan Mitchell thing.
Hell no.
Because you know why too? Because I know there's a base that says if we had Mitchell and Brunson and Randle, we would be set up. But I will say this: Brunson being here without another Mike type of star, I think kind of set it up for him to be the man. I think if you brought in another all-star at the same time as Brunson, it would have looked great on paper. But I don't think the respect that Brunson has now and the command of the team that Brunson has now would be as great if he had to share that spotlight sooner this season. So I kind of, even in a weird way, like I can see some people's point where saying, yes, it would have been greater if we paired those two. I kind of like the idea of Brunson coming to his own in New York, it being Brunson's team, really. Even though Julius Randle puts up the big numbers, everybody kind of looks up to Brunson, really. And now he can kind of attract a star here, and then everybody can be like, you know what? This is the Mike or 1A, or I just like this dynamic of Brunson just coming to his own.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and just to harp on what Jels was saying, I definitely understand what people are saying too. Like Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Randle would have definitely been a pretty good, three-man team to really build around. But at the same time, I think people forget to take into perspective that with Brunson and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt, does IQ develop the way that he developed this season if he was still on the team? Probably
That's
not.
a great point.
Because he has two all-star point guards ahead of him in the backcourt. Would Brunson develop the way he developed this season? Probably not, because now he's sharing a backcourt with Donovan Mitchell, who's probably the more dominant player. So Brunson would probably be playing a secondary role on top of that. So maybe Brunson wouldn't have developed the way he developed this season as well. Mm-hmm. And then you have to also take into account the guys around him as well. Would Grimes still be on this team? Maybe, maybe not. Would Mitch still be on this team? Maybe, maybe not. So it would be a different look Knicks team with Mitchell here. But I think with the Knicks not going after that trade and actually sticking with the guys that they had, I think in a way, the way it's looking right now, it's definitely looking like a smart move, because not only did the young guys that you keep developed and became better players as the season went on top of that, the team that Donovan Mitchell was traded to, the Knicks have smacked up on that team this season, and they're going into the playoffs against that same team. And the way it's looking right now, the Knicks match up very well. The Knicks match up very well against that team. And then on top of that, if the Knicks end up knocking that team out the playoffs, then the front office pretty much justifies why they didn't trade for Donovan Mitchell and stay with the guys that they had.
They're looking like geniuses at this point. So this playoff series is going to be interesting. If we end up actually taking out the Cavs in this playoffs, this front office is going to look like the smartest front office in the NBA. Listen,
let's go. Win, brother. Win. It's happening. It's happening. Clip this video right now. I guarantee it. We're beating them in the first round. Guarantee it.
I always what's the phrase? Err on the side of caution. I definitely believe the Knicks can beat the Cavs. I think they will. I lean more towards we're going to beat the Cavs, especially if Randle is back, and hopefully he is back. But it can't always be 100%. That's just how I am. That's just me. That's just me. But salute to the chat. Shout out to Gabriel Channel. Oh, Sherwin's back. Shout out to Sherwin. Shout out to CD. New Yorican, Stanley Novak, Glamour Knicks. Everybody else is rocking with the show. I feel like we talked. I want to shout out Mitch real quick. Shout out Mitch. My man has been talking smack on social media about give me the ball. I need to touch the ball more. And I just feel like the first quarter of the game, IQ was like, I got you, bro. It's like, I got you, bro. Started off the game with like 4 straight post-ups. And posted up too. And he's trying his little drop step move, bully ball. He was doing his little imitation Shaq move. He did his thing. And then I liked it, man. I like to see Mitch get the ball in the post. I liked him beating bigs down the lane on fast breaks. I mean, on defensive stops, so he can get the mismatch in the post and jam it down their throat. Mitch did his thing, man. Mitch, and the 7 blocks. The 7 blocks were amazing. Shout out to Mitch. Great game today. Like I said, not much from the bench. The bench tried to lose us the game today. The bench really tried to lose us the game today, man. McBride is usually the guy who's really good on defense. He was getting cooked by McConnell. He was cooked.
Yep.
Thanksgiving turkey. Barbecue chicken cooked.
Facts. You play like ass.
And then when he got cooked,
I don't know what it is about McConnell, but it's like whenever McConnell sees Knicks jerseys in front of him, it's like this man all of a sudden plays like an all-star. Like I don't know what it is about McConnell when he plays the Knicks.
I don't know either, man. He think he be Ja Morant when he played. I don't know what he be on some next level stuff. And then he blows by McBride, and then he's like, then you have Fournier like, I'll be your help defense, and that doesn't do much either. Because Fournier was getting cooked too.
You know who else is like that? Kevin Love. And I just want to say this again, man. I am so happy on the Cavs. That if I was saying today, I was in a car by myself, and I was like, who am a Cav? Like, what am I scared of this matchup with the Cavaliers? Nothing. Nothing scares me. Donovan Mitchell averaging 35 is guaranteed. I'm not scared of that. I expect that. Garland averaging 25 and 5. I expect that. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, solid defense. I expect that. Kevin Love, he was the X factor for them because since he got drafted in Minnesota, he has balled out in Madison Square Garden. And I'm so happy he's off the team and in Miami. We really got lucky by the basketball gods. I just see him winning a playoff game for them, like game 5 or something, to stave off elimination or go up 3-2. I could really see that happening if Kevin Love was on the team. He's a sniper from 3, man.
Yeah, he's been sucking all year from 3 too, but I don't know. There's something about that veteran presence is like, oh, this game matters. I'm locked in.
Like one game they won was because of Kevin Love against us. We're 3-1. That one game hit like 8 threes or something crazy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But Obi Toppin, that was A, the drop coverage, and B, Obi Toppin was just lost.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
Obi, love you, bro. You didn't know your back from your front.
You ain't lying.
You didn't know your back from your front on defense, man. I forgot which one of the Twitter guys posted the video breakdown of it, and I was just like, oof. I was scheming for Obi Toppin to get more minutes. I saw that breakdown video. I was like, oof.
Real.
Oh man. But I think Obi's definitely learned from that though, because I felt like given an opportunity, he didn't duplicate those same mistakes. But yeah, I'm scared of him. And I mean, the Cavs have some snipers who are some good standstill shooters too. Yeah, they're just really hot or cold. They're just very hot or cold. You know what I mean? They're very hot or cold. So I can see a game where they go off. I'm not sure how they'll do it in the series, right? And how they're going to handle pressure, being another young team being in the playoffs at the same time, if they're going to respond. But they have some standstill feet set shooters that can play off of Donovan and Garland. I'm not sure for a whole series if they can do it, but maybe a quarter. How
do you feel, Ryan? Are you confident the Knicks are going to smack the Cavs? Or are you more hesitant like Jay Ellis?
I mean, I am more cautiously optimistic, but I'm like 95% that the Knicks are going to beat the Cavaliers.
Let's go, my God.
95%.
Love those numbers.
Yeah, I'm 85 to 90. I need to see what's up with Julius Randle's ankle.
I'm 150. I'm 150.
Not 149.
That was a good one. I walked into that one.
Yeah. 49 patties are on the grill. 49.
Okay, let's go Mavericks. Let's go.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
The Mavericks? Wait. Okay. So we have certain things going on, guys. All right. The Mavericks currently are 10th on Tankathon. All right. Playing the Kings. A win against the Kings, I think, would bring them to 11th, which would mean we're in range now because the 11th pick would go to the New York Knicks. We would actually have a pick this year, but there's still a couple of games left. How many games do the Mavericks have? Did the Mavericks just win?
They're about to win up by 7 with 32 seconds left.
I think 2.
Yeah, 2 more left. Yeah, 2 left after this. Yeah.
Bulls and Spurs.
Bulls and Spurs. Okay, they can beat the Spurs.
Okay, Spurs should be a win.
The Spurs
should be a win.
It's the Bulls. It's the Bulls we have to worry about because the Bulls are fighting for something as well. The Bulls want to be in the play-in, so I'm pretty sure the Bulls aren't going to take that game lightly. OKC as well, because I believe Tankathon has Dallas and OKC tied, I believe. Correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they would have the same record if Mavericks win tonight.
All right, cool. So, yeah, how many games does OKC have? Because OKC also lost 3 in a row.
We'll be tied.
Yeah,
tonight.
Thunder also has 2 games left.
And they played the Jazz. Ooh, the Jazz and the Grizzlies.
It would be a 3-way tie between Mavs, Thunder, and Bulls, which makes that Bulls game crucial. Mavs have to beat the Bulls. Have to. That's a really crucial game for Knicks fans.
Everybody squeeze your butt cheeks together.
Yo, the Mavericks are about to win.
I'm dead.
Let's go.
Live reaction, baby.
Let's go. This is gonna be nervous, man. Nervous time. Oh man. All right. Next game up for the Knicks, though. Next game is the Pelicans. I feel like the Pelicans are looking to win too.
Yeah.
Because the Pelicans are kind of looking for a play-in.
I got a crazy question for you before we go. I heard this on, who did I hear this on? Maybe it was First Take. It was the Get Up. Matt Kellerman, Jay Williams. They were bouncing this around. Would you trade Julius Randle and like a draft capital, maybe one young player package for Zion Williams?
No.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
You can't stay healthy. That's why.
Nope.
I agree.
That man is
I've been saying that. I agree.
Mm-mm.
Last season, hell yes. This season, hell no.
Last season, Nobi. I was still scared.
I wouldn't either.
That man is a walking liability, dog. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm looking at RJ Barrett going, man, we wanted Ja, and he's a malcontent, and it seems like, but he I think he'll recover.
I think he will too.
We wanted Zion, and he can't stay on the floor. He averages, I don't know, man. He looking like he might have a Greg Oden type of future. I don't know, man.
I hope not.
Man, I hope not.
Ability. I hope not.
Yeah. I hope not.
Yeah, so I'm happy for RJ. I've seen some people talk about how much pressure will RJ be in.
Man child in the chat, Zion and New York pizza don't go together.
Oh, man.
Damn, man. Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Oh, man.
I mean, I ain't gonna front though, because I saw Zion the other day. He do look kind of hefty. Right now, he do look kind of hefty.
Well, he hasn't run in like 300 games.
300.
I mean that is true, but you would think that my man got the right cooks in place with the right health the right health people in place to make sure that he's eating right, so that even though he's not running, that he doesn't get too much overweight.
That boy's genetics is crazy, man.
Yeah,
that boy's genetics is crazy.
Yeah.
His genetics are a gift and a curse.
Yep.
His genetics are a gift and a curse. It's like sometimes there's certain people who are just gonna be naturally heavy, and I think he's one of those people. Like he's gonna have to straight up eat like cabbage for the rest of his life to be like a thin person.
And that's while playing basketball too.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But Knicks play the Pelicans on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the next game. Oh, wait a minute. Is this our first time? Are we going to do a Saturday recap?
That works for me.
Yeah, that works for me too. Yeah.
I bet.
Bless you.
Thank you. So next game, our next recap is going to be Saturday, Knicks Pelicans. So don't look for us here on Friday. We'll be having a party on Saturday, talking about Knicks win versus the Pelicans, hopefully. All right, cool. I don't know if any guys have anything to say. We want to wrap up the show.
Ryan, who's been funnier today, Jay Ellis or the chat? Because they both been real. The chat said who's vacuuming in the background.
Oh man. Yeah, my computer's going through it, guys, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying, man. It's going crazy.
I like this, though, because when you see Knicks fans joking around and happy like this, that lets you know the vibes are definitely immaculate. So I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see this joyful nature from Knicks Nation. I'm glad to see it. Y'all just need to stop with the crazy trade requests. That's all I'm saying. You just got to stop with that.
Yeah.
Ronnie says Randle or Siakam, $2 super chat.
Randle.
I already know that answer.
Siakam got a bad attitude too. Give me Randle. He's better.
Facts. The only person I would straight up trade Randle for is Embiid. Like straight up.
Yeah, I agree with you. For a big.
Yeah, for a big.
I agree, 100%.
For a big. Like I don't think I even necessarily trade Randle for a wing.
Depends on which wing.
Which wing?
I do agree with Fritz. I probably would trade it for Jaylen Brown.
For Jaylen Brown?
Or Tatum. I would trade him for Booker.
I guess, yeah, I can see Booker. See Booker. You know, I'm scared of. I mean, it works with the Cavs. Like, I understand the dynamics of like a Luka Brunson backcourt, but in the back of my mind, I'm always fearful of the defense not holding up long term.
You have to play Luka at the 3 and keep Grimes in the starting lineup.
Yeah, that would probably work.
You would have to keep Luka at the 3.
That's interesting.
You'll be dead last in pace every single year with Randle and Luka on the same team, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dead last in pace. But maybe number 1 offense. Unstoppable in the half court.
That's a fact.
I mean, at that point, you're basically transforming Luka into LeBron. Pretty much.
Yeah. He can do it.
I heard you. I see Tatum. I see SGA. I see Booker. I see Jaylen Brown. He said that's 5 to 7 wings. Jaylen Brown or Embiid?
Embiid. Not even close.
Definitely Embiid.
Yeah, probably Embiid. But the thing with Jaylen Brown, though, like I feel like Jaylen Brown has another level he can go, and he's kind of held back a bit because he's on the same team with Tatum.
That's true.
But not an Embiid level. Not an Embiid level, though. Embiid is
Embiid's an MVP candidate. Yeah, so I mean,
I keep telling y'all guys, I'm scared of the freaking 76ers, yo. I keep telling y'all, man. Embiid is not playing y'all, man.
Yeah, dude dropped like 50 plus against the Celtics last night.
Embiid is not playing with you fools, man. Like Embiid is no joke. I feel like I would underestimated him, man.
It's the other guys I'm not scared of. Embiid, I know what Embiid's going to do. He's going to destroy us. But the other guys, who can stop the other guys?
Embiid took on the Celtics by himself the other day, son. He took down the Celtics by himself, son. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's like, I'm going to just punish you guys. Everybody else, spot up shooting. That's it. We talked about everything we need to talk about, though. We're going off on super tangents right now. But salute to the chat, man. That's our show. We'll be back here. We'll be back on Saturday. Talking Knicks basketball, Knicks versus Pelicans. All right. Lee, let me know where we can find you, sir.
Before I go, that double bruh pick, I wish we had the button for this one. First bruh pick goes to the biggest bum in the United States, Donald Trump, getting indicted. I hope they go his fat orange ass in jail. I got nothing against Republicans or conservatives. You vote how you want to vote, but Donald Trump is a scumbag that y'all worship as a deity, and it's embarrassing. Second bruh pick goes to another bum, Jill Biden. I love that Angel Reese says she can take that apology and shove it up her ass. Comment about inviting the Iowa team to the White House, which, if Iowa would have won, she would not have extended that invitation to
Absolutely not.
You all know that.
Absolutely not.
That old white carrot was showing her racist ass. So yeah, those are my two bums. Find me on Twitter at _Leah Thibodeau. Bring the smoke.
Bro.
Bipartisan bums.
Bipartisan bubs. Those are good ones. That was definitely good ones.
Yes, and by the way, shout out LSU. Shout out Angel Reese.
Shout out, baby.
Yeah.
Squad. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it. Ryan G, let them know they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLI. And you can also find me at Sir G's Corner. You can also find me on Twitter at Ryan G KOT. And yes, Fritz, I forgot about UConn. Let's go UConn. I cheer for everything Big East. Let's go UConn. Yeah.
All right. You already know the drill. You can follow us on Twitter at the KOT Show. You can follow us on Instagram at the Knick Of Time Show and Facebook as well at the Knick Of Time Show. Get those blogs at theknickoftimeshow.com. You can catch blogs, you can catch the merch is there as well. And yep. You can listen to us on everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can listen to the KOT Show. Julius for Carlton Towns. I'm good on that. But yeah, that is our show. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, shout out to Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a Worldwide West. That's our show. We out this mug. Peace.
No mad.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.